The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, remain shrouded in a perplexing ambiguity. Did they truly exist? Or are they a magnificent fabrication of ancient accounts and idealized historical narratives? For centuries, tales of an extraordinary, verdant oasis constructed within the arid plains of Mesopotamia have captivated imaginations, fueling countless artistic renderings, literary references, and scholarly debates. The primary sources describing the Hanging Gardens are surprisingly late, emerging centuries after the purported period of their construction, a fact that immediately raises questions about their veracity. The earliest and most detailed account comes from Greek writers Diodorus Siculus, Strabo, and Quintus Curtius Rufus, who wrote during the Roman period, long after the Neo-Babylonian Empire had fallen. Diodorus Siculus, in his Bibliotheca Historica, provides a remarkably vivid description of the gardens, attributing their creation to Nebuchadnezzar II, reigned 605–562 BC, as a gift for his Median wife, Amytis. He recounts how Amytis missed the verdant mountains and forests of her homeland, and Nebuchadnezzar, to ease her sorrow, commissioned the construction of a man-made mountain covered in flourishing flora. Strabo, in his geography, also describes the gardens, though his account is less detailed, emphasizing the complex engineering required to maintain them, particularly the irrigation system. Quintus Curtius Rufus, in his History of Alexander, briefly mentions the gardens as a testament to Babylonian opulence and engineering prowess. However, crucial to understanding the difficulty of confirming the gardens' existence is the conspicuous absence of Babylonian sources that corroborate these Greek accounts. Despite extensive archaeological excavations in Babylon, conducted over centuries, no definitive physical evidence of the Hanging Gardens has ever been discovered. Numerous excavations, including those led by Robert Coldaway in the early 20th century and more recent efforts, have yielded invaluable insights into Babylonian life and architecture, but the gardens remain elusive. Coldaway's meticulous work uncovered the remains of Nebuchadnezzar's palace and surrounding structures, revealing a sophisticated urban layout and impressive building techniques, but no trace of terraced gardens. One area of particular interest is the Opis River Park, a large artificial park located near Babylon, which some scholars have speculated might be connected to the legend of the Hanging Gardens. The Opis River Park included an artificial river and a sophisticated irrigation system, suggesting a level of engineering skill consistent with the descriptions of the garden's water management. However, while the Opis River Park demonstrates advanced hydraulic engineering, it lacks the distinctive tiered structure and elevated platforms that characterize the Greek descriptions of the Hanging Gardens. Another possibility, proposed by some researchers, is that the Hanging Gardens might have been a misunderstanding or misrepresentation of a different type of structure, perhaps a ziggurat topped with a temple garden. Ziggurats were massive stepped pyramids, often dedicated to specific deities, and some may have included rooftop gardens or terraces planted with vegetation. The Etemenanki, a massive ziggurat dedicated to Marduk, the chief Babylonian god, is often cited as a possible inspiration for the Hanging Gardens legend. However, even in this case, the scale and grandeur of the Etemenanki, while impressive, seem insufficient to fully match the opulent descriptions of the Hanging Gardens provided by Greek writers. The late emergence of the Greek accounts further complicates the issue. It's possible that the legend evolved over time, embellished by travelers and historians who were unfamiliar with Babylonian culture and customs. The Greek fascination with exotic and wondrous sights likely contributed to the embellishment of the story, transforming a modest garden into a breathtaking architectural marvel. Furthermore, the political motivations of the Greek writers should not be disregarded. presenting Babylon, a former rival of the Greek city-states, as possessing such an extraordinary feat of engineering could have served to highlight Babylonian decadence and vulnerability. It's also plausible that the Greek writers relied on secondary accounts, potentially based on distorted or incomplete information gathered from Persian sources after the fall of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. The Persian Empire, which succeeded the Neo-Babylonian Empire, did possess a tradition of documenting historical events and impressive architectural achievements. However, even Persian sources provide limited corroboration for the existence of the Hanging Gardens, suggesting that the legend may have been largely a Greek invention. Recent investigations have explored alternative hypotheses, such as the possibility that the gardens were located elsewhere, perhaps at Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire, which was conquered by Nebuchadnezzar to Kunta. Some scholars have suggested that the term Hanging Gardens might have been a metaphorical description of a lush garden built on elevated terraces within an otherwise arid environment, rather than a literal hanging structure. This interpretation aligns better with the limited archaeological evidence and the overall understanding of Babylonian agricultural practices. The absence of definitive physical evidence, combined with the late and geographically distant nature of the primary sources, creates a compelling case for skepticism regarding the literal existence of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. While the legend of the Hanging Gardens remains a captivating testament to human ingenuity and the allure of the exotic, it's likely that the reality, if it ever existed, was far more modest than the grandiose descriptions provided by Greek historians. The story of the Hanging Gardens serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of relying solely on second-hand accounts and the importance of critically evaluating historical narratives. Ultimately, the mystery of the Hanging Gardens remains unsolved, a captivating enigma that continues to inspire wonder and debate among historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike.